and we are back in the dark at night. Oh, it's all scary. So we were just heading down into the mines. We just read some rather concerning things in the logs. Yeah, it's a bit grim. But we need to cut through. We've got to get through here. So we're going to take it nice and steady and see what we can do. There are some more materials down here as well that I am excited to grab. So we have got, of course, antivirus wheat. Yum, yum, yum. Sounds like there's a carbuncle around here somewhere. But, as well as the antivirus wheat, that is a new crop. Now, my Hoover I didn't charge because I'm an idiot. We're going to jump and grab that. That is Xantherium rice. There's a few places to get that, but this is the earliest spot to get it, and it does actually make a pretty decent food. Just the cooked rice. It's really nice for your food stats. What's this? Could it be? I don't feel quite as oomphy as a particular free man. But as you can see there, we just got the chains out of that, some grinder discs, and that just gave us a load of recipes for new equipment. So the chains, we need those to complete the forge armor set. So that is very nice to see that. I do very much appreciate that the exos and stuff glow in the dark a little bit. Excuse you, mate. Think we got him? Oh, no, definitely not. There we go. So what we can do down here, if you can get cracked shoulder lights, you can make yourself a headlamp, which means that you don't have to have your hands free while you're moving. But also, there's all these construction lights. So if we just turn these on as we go, we can really light the place up. Some of these we can't because they're just like little environmental decorations, but like the big ones with like the base, if you can pick it up, you can turn it on. Oh, and there we go, the lights are now on from these little floodlights too. So it's actually not as dark as the game has you believe at first. I think there's usually a pest or two in here. Come on, Mr. Mans.
Questioned the Exor's similarity to humanity's own. But I referred to her to crabs. Their form has evolved independently on Earth on at least 5 separate occasions. It would seem that evolution
carcinization
environmental challenges in a remarkably consistent fashion. There is, of course, another explanation for the Exor's apparent similarity to ourselves, but without the necessary data, I refuse to indulge Pendleton's penchant for unnecessary speculation. Besides, we look closer to birds, if you ask me.
So that is basically a suggestion that Exors are an alternate reality as humans, which is cool. And of course, Dr. Mans is just wanting to be sensible, and by sensible he just means, you know, let's not just assume that they're humans. Peccary, and I've been grabbed by a carbuncle. Not right now, you little gremlin. I am in a fight. Right, can you not? There's another one over there, but we can deal with that. Lots of barrels, which is nice. We will take these. Let's actually sneak. Carbuncles can be snuck up on. Because they've got no eyes, they're a little bit... I want a better way of putting it. They're a little bit dumb. So you can very easily just get free sneak attacks on them and get some more experience that way. Want to grab up all the chains we can, and we're going to grab the barrel. That is going to put us overweight, but we want the barrels. Let's put chains down there. But this is a point where we're going to want to be a little bit careful and keep our ears open. The pickaxe, don't really want that. crowbar is a far better sharp heavy weapon. Screws. Glue's always nice because if we need to, we can make more duct tape. But yeah, we want to keep harvesting these long boxes for the time being, grab as many chains as we can. Oh, you can see that. I don't know if it's coming up well on the video, but there's a dude in there. I'm just going to body block the door, stop him from getting out. Because those guys like to run and shoot you, and the shots do a fair bit of damage. But if you can sort of keep them pinned down, they're not actually that annoying to deal with. They're just invisible and quick. Which isn't always a fun combination to do, let's be honest. Oh, so many barrels. Yum, 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 yum. Like, yes, I'm overweight, but we'll live. Because we're nearly where we're going anyway. Alright, there's a medkit there. It's difficult to know where they all are sometimes because, again, if you are playing on a server, there will be more enemies. There'll either be more spawns or harder spawns. So for the time being, we just seem to be getting not too many things spawning, and they're not too dangerous at the moment. There's some cool stuff over that way. We will head over there once we've lightened our load and come back through, maybe. But that's a job for a little bit later. Alright, but we need all these chains because we're going to want to use those to make air compressors. This is a fantastic little spot as well. Do you know what? Health is good. And if we do this, we will actually be set for, well, like, moisture, hydration, for a very long time. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go and have a sneaky look up here into the old mines. There's a lot of those invisible crystal buggers in here. But we're going to have a little poke around. There's a path up there. We're going to keep our little pest with us because he's going to tell us where the enemies are, because sometimes it's easy to miss them. It's like in like Halo, where you could always tell where the elites were because the light is weird. God, he just made me shit my pants a little bit, didn't he? Get him, Spud. Alright, where the fuck did it just go?
I could certainly use a drink.
That's what we're sorting, sir. I just managed to loop my way all the way back to the entrance. Yes, because that's the tunnel that we just sort of popped through. Okay. Because there's a way to open a door. Can you not? You are making me poo ever so slightly every time you make that horrible noise, and I don't even know where it thinks it's going. They just seem to have some, like, favourite places that they just sort of stand. Hey, good boy. You get a pet for that. Right, nothing that way. There we go, there's the door I wanted to unlock. Oh, so many resources. Yum, 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 yum. Because that just opens this little side door. Again, if you unlock a door, open it, because otherwise the game goes, ah, that definitely was never opened. It doesn't, like, trigger the unlocked flag properly. Got a snagvine seed. We're wanting to basically get to the other side of that door. So we'll take the snagvine seed. We will simultaneously need that for something, and... can you not? These will drop us, like, that powdered crystal is going to be extremely useful in a moment. So we will grab that whenever we see it. Right, I think we... down here, and to the right. Yeah, because we're basically wanting to loop around. That's a collapsed passage. I've not just brought myself back to the bloody entrance, have I? He's only gone and done it. I mean, my pest has clearly found another enemy. Right. Nope, that's where the snagvine was. Okay, so we definitely want to be heading sort of this way then. Let's stay going up instead of heading back down. This is a bit more promising. Oh, no, I can't see a heckin' thing. You keep fighting with that, buddy. There we go. So again, second opportunity to get some Xantharium rice. But this is not water. This is anti-juice, which is better than water. We're already overweight, so it's not going to do us any harm to pick that up. And we can scoot around this way and open a door. So that's the door that we were opening before. There's the bit where that snagvine was. Again, not a bad little spot for a base. There's only the one power outlet, but you've got plenty of room here. You've got infinite water, effectively. It doesn't need boiling, doesn't need processing. There's nothing in the water, I don't think. Well, there's a little bit that you can go underneath, but I don't think there's really anything there. But if we go through the portal, it drops us up top above. So you see that's where we've just come from. And we can open another little gateway up here. So it is worth dipping into the old mines. The big thing with the anti-juice as well is that's what bees eat. So now that we've got that, we can use that pretty consistently. We are now in a massive mining chamber. This is a big drill. I don't know how the hell we got that in here, because these are the big ones that like rotate and like drop as they go. Let's see if I can just onto the... No! No! God, that hurt. Oh, and I've got no splints. Right, both legs are shattered. It's fine. It's fine.
Research division, don't shoot.
What up, buddy?
Just talk to Frank, okay?
What up, Frankie?
I don't know how you've made it this far. Those savages have blocked every exit. They even collapsed the surface tunnel. But remember what happened in 85? When the kinetics team overloaded the secret trunk? They triggered a singularity that carved a hole clean through to the next sector. We could do it again right now, if these damn quakes hadn't broken the electron pumps. So I sent my team to the blacksmith. He can make the parts to fix the pumps. We'll make our own exit. All my people need to do is follow the pipes. Red, yellow, green. They'll find their way to the pumps they need to fix. It's been hours since they left, but they'll be back. I'm sure of it.
Lovely stuff. So basically, Frake is sending us to go and repair the bits for the synchrotron. We need to go back and talk to the blacksmith, and he will help us progress the plot. So there's a few bits and pieces around here. Nothing that we really need to interact with. These are the things we're looking for, though. Because we're going to repair that with a diode. But for now, we're going to head down around this way. There's a gate security chest up there, which we can open later. That's where we're going to go once we've repaired everything. So there's not really any sense in heading that way for now. And we would have come through this door if we'd just gone straight through the mine. But because we've took the little detour and gone through the old mine, that's why we dropped down from the top. So,
after several months of inquiry, I have finally acquired information about our looky-loos. It's far worse than I imagined. A certain amount of attention to our research is inevitable, but thankfully the organizations that are in a position to know precisely what our research entails are few and rare. This group's reputation, however, is of a different order. If their attention is a harbinger of greater ambitions, I believe we have a problem on our hands.
ooh. That's basically just another little, like, bit of the history. Samantha was also aware that somebody was spying. And that somebody is associated with the guys who've all just come in here and start shooting everybody. We had a jump pad we could get in there. I'm not going to faff with furniture, right? I'll say I'm not going to... Is there anything I can do here? No, I don't think I could stack everything up well enough. Yeah, let's crack this bad boy open, and this now makes a loop through manufacturing, so we don't have to go through the mines anymore. Which is always nice. Let's actually put a bolt in our crossbow before we try shooting it. I imagine sharp weapons and the crossbows work together quite well, because there's, what is it? One of the perks makes enemies bleed more. Yeah, slice and dice. I'm fairly convinced that that causes your shotgun, not your shotgun, your bolts to cause bleed on the soldiers. Oh, we can open that now, so we've got access to this route as well. Wow, good grenade, sir. Alright, that's in down but not out. So let's give him a good old stomp. And I probably need some healing juice, I'll be honest. Alright, is the sniper up here? Yes, and we just fucking beamed him straight away. That's hilarious. Alright, let's grab our knife. Because these guys can actually drop their head, and it makes like a cool, like, sniper cal. Hey, there we go. And a cracked shoulder light. He's given us everything we could have wanted. Drop that, drop the duct tape. We can make loads of duct tape. I want your head, I want your lamp. The ammo would be nice, but we'll have to live without. And this, like, loops around so we can get down to that exor there. That's a bunch of soldier boys, so I don't really fancy dealing with those. Another power cell here. Is there anything I can dump for the power cell? We've got torches coming out of our ass at home, so we'll just dump that. Would like to keep the MRE, but we'll just eat that, get that out of our pockets. Grab power cell. And there's another chap in here, isn't there? Yes.
Look, this place ain't healthy. I'm keeping an eye on it because someone's got to. And Frey could kill me if something went wrong.
Frey could kill me.
Things are bad enough already. But you need to head through the mines to the surface tunnel. There's no reason to stick around here.
God, I need to remember to actually reload my freaking weapons. We are getting loads and loads of stuff. More steel cable. I will happily take that. A pork chop. Oh, we need it. And that room is now unlocked, but is also full of soldiers. It's basically that big checkpoint that they're at, so I have got no desire whatsoever to go in there just yet.
There's the bathroom.
I'll let you go poop soon, sir. Did this guy drop a flashlight? Let's have a look. Nah. We need a couple of flashlights to get what we want. Right, we'll start sneaking here and hope that we can just sort of scooch away before the guys on the other side of this door see us. Because, yeah. That's the entrance to manufacturing over there where we came in. This is the guy that was facing away from us when we first came through. So we've got those open. Lovely stuff. That's that door now unlocked. So again, just make sure you're opening doors. If there is a door, give it a go. If it unlocks, open it. So that's just accessing some shortcuts down there. I'm not really in a position to fight anything, so we're going to go the long way down to the blacksmith, because I just really do not want to fight anyone right now.
Where'd you come from?
And with that, we're back down to the blacksmith. Right, mate.
Frank wants to blow a hole in the floor.
Yeah.
She's too smart for her own good sometimes. But what choice we got? I can trade you parts to fix the pumps. Sure.
Nice.
There's a couple things I need first. Price of doing business. Because Frank ain't the only one with plans. I'll buzz the list to you. One more thing. You're gonna have to unlock the tram station, too. One of Frank's people said there's a gateway in there. If that portal leads where I think it does, some of what's on that list is on the other side.
Nice.
I'll give you specs for a tram key. Should open the station right up.
Awesome. So now he's going to show us, well, we can trade for fiber optic cables, diodes, and optic lenses. Two of these things we won't be able to get yet. The optic lenses we can, which will be nice.
Best of luck.
We need to poop and our legs are broken. What do we do here? Well, we've got a cracked light. I want to see if I can maybe get another one. Is this guy back yet? No. Okay. Because we definitely need a couple before we can make the flashlights. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to make a little cut here. I'm going to head back to base, drop everything off, and we will come back as we come back to the blacksmith. And that's us back. So, while we were at base, dropped some stuff off. We have finished the forge set, so we are looking a little bit more solid. I really like this armor set. I think it really ties together nicely. Not sure about the high-vis jacket. I'm not really sure why we need to be visible. Surely we're clunking around enough anyway. So we made the tram key, we made an air compressor using the chains, and we've got some reinforced hoses. So we're going to first look at this pot. So I think we did that last time. That has just given us the recipe for solder. And trade with the blacksmith. So I'm just going to give him all the hoses I picked up. And I'm going to take a fire suit. Don't need that just yet, but that will still be helpful. I'm going to go and put that in the train cargo straight away. It just means that we've got it and we don't have to think about that later in the game. And you know what? Some of this junk I've got as well. Gonna need my rat suit. Leave the lenses here. Not got any bullets on me. That should do us. I'm not gonna be repairing anything, so let's make our way back up. So the big thing here is we've now got access to the tram station key. You can see where we've opened up a lot of the doors. We made ourselves a crowbar 2.0 just because it is a fantastic weapon. It's a really nice, heavy, sharp weapon. So that crowbar we were swinging, that does about 40 damage. This does about 70. So it's a really easy to make weapon. Does a lot of damage if I can catch people with it. No, he's too quick. Bab. Oh, God. Whatever. He's a squirrely sort. Oh. There we go. Very nice damage on that. You can see there's a few of these things that we need to repair. I think that one is fiber optics. That one is... That one's the lens. And that one we're going to get in a moment. So we need to head back to the blacksmith anyway, so well, we need to head home as well, actually. That's a thought. But the first place we're going to is here. So this is where we've got the tram station key. I'm going to jam that in there. Override the access. Now, we've got access to two important things here. So we've got access to the actual, like, tram. So this will, now we've sent that away, that is accessible. We've got a dude in the toilet here. Let's bean him. And that's going to attract the guy from upstairs, but that's okay. There it is. These guys are weaker to sharp weapons, so the crowbar is a fantastic weapon against these guys. Oh, weapon repair kit. I'll take that. Oh, little man. No, not me. Oh, I need to stop putting these on my hotbar because it just automatically tries to use it on yourself if you're missing any health. Which has been... Oh, he's not injured. It's his experience. I thought he was hurt. Well, now I just look like a plum. I'll call that back. And we're gonna pop in here. We're gonna open that door through that, because that just gives us an alternate way into this area. Ooh, some peas. I'll take peas. Got a little note up there from Mance, you can see, but we've also got a medic and a captain in here. So, captain, he's got no head armor, really. He's got a beret, which does nothing for him. So a quick headshot knocks him down. Medic, we can get his helmet, but it just gives you bonus... it doubles the speed of revives, which is very nice on servers. A bit of a waste of everybody's time if you're playing on your own. The radio packs are very good, though. Radio pack will give you either... Yeah, greatly reduces battery drain when worn, but it's a very small pack. Or you can scrap it for leather and electronics, which is pretty nice. Take the MRE, we'll use that to make a soup. Oh, I've got a bit of yawns. Forgive me. It is a little bit late here while I'm doing this recording session.
Entity in its home antiverse.
IS-121 is a staggering titan in a room.
How the gatekeepers managed to secure not one, but two of these behemoths is quite frankly beyond me. I suspect it is best not to ask. They are a necessary force, confronting nightmares and returning with them in chains. 121, an incredible specimen. Our research continues.
Have some peace, bud. Yum, 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 yum. Right, so this is what we need to head to get the rest of the things the blacksmith needs. There's nothing around. There's a death pit, and there's some gantries we can wander around on, but there's not really anything on them, so I wouldn't worry too much about exploring. Don't run down this. It's steep enough that you will fall and break both your legs, so just nice gentle walk. Nice gentle little walky boo. To train. Now, don't just run back there, you'll die.
The auto system should have been fail-safe.
Tell me, what is the purpose of this train's perpetuity? What disaster accrues if it
Going. We must fix it.
Explain
Keep it
yourself.
going. It must not
Why
stop. It
must
must
this
persist
be
at all
persisted?
costs.
Okay, so you can still kill this guy and get him to shut up.
The dark lens. They removed it, but did not comprehend the effects.
Yeah.
The train must roll on, yes, no matter what. I cannot rest. Must keep going. Cannot stop. Oh, we know what will happen. What we feared for so long, all these years, cannot stop. Must keep going. It never stops. It never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. Wait. No. I must not stop. I must.
So Dr. Hammond here, bless him, is exhausted. Essentially, if this train ever stops, it will blow a massive hole in reality. And that's obviously not a very good thing. I believe while the dark lens was in place, it basically kept it going sort of with minimal intervention. But now the Order have come and interrupted the dark lens, whatever that is. The train is no longer self-regulating and has to be manually operated effectively. So he's having an absolute melt, bless his little heart. Pocket watchers, awesome. We can use these to make keychains, and you can also equip it in your watch spot. Spud has just gone and sat in the fucking exhaust, so Spud has just died. Oh well, we'll go and grab him in a minute.
Threat in sight.
Where do you think you're going, mate? Alright, you get back up, little one. I'm actually going to pick you up because this is just a dangerous place for a little pest. Want to grab a few pocket watchers because the chains are very, very useful crafting ingredients, and the gears we get out of them are an amazing trade resource. Some nice furniture as well if you're looking for it. The sconces, if they don't explode, are fantastic light sources because you don't need to power them. You just on the wall, turn it on, and they're pretty. So I might come back here later for some of those. If you bring a hammer as well, like, they are a very nice source of scrap. This man apart. Oh, excuse me. Oh god, that went right down my spine. Oh, this is great. Sneak into this room. Always sneak into this room. No weapon in your hands, because you can do this. Boop. Bye-bye. Oh, did that sneeze and it's sent shooting pains down my arms. Yeah. Grab a few extinguishers, and the train is a really good source of these long crates. So grinder discs and steel cable and chains are renewable here. The other things we want to grab are car chargers. We can use those to make a couple of bits. And just grab all the stuff that's a little bit difficult to get a hold of. So the rebar, a few of the other bits. I'm actually going to drop a couple of these. We'll drop the hoses, because I don't think I need those. There is another there's a few bits and bobs that I just want to grab. It's just a bit of a shame some of the stuff doesn't stack. It's like the pocket watches don't, because they're equipment. Didn't used to stack, and that was before they were made a watch. But for some reason, that's just been a feature anyway. It's mildly annoying because you do need a few of the pieces off them. Let's open that door, beam this guy in the face. Briefcases, do they stack? They do. So grab up some briefcases, they're a good source of leather. And you will also want one for a little crafted item. And this guy on the other side of the bar, he's probably going to see me here. Oh, no, he's facing the wrong way. Sweet. This is the other thing we're here for. Drop another extinguisher. Silver scrap. Because we need this to make solder. Hack him up to check if he didn't drop anything else useful underneath himself, because sometimes they do. It's like they pseudo ragdoll, so they don't like properly ragdoll. I'm not sure where that, because we're about to go into a radiation room. Come on, go down. Just that's it. Just die. There we go. For some reason, the soldiers, when they drop money, they drop, like, money instead of it just going in your wallet, which is weird. So just make sure you are dipping in there and manually consuming it so that it just gets out of your wallet, because money by itself has no function. Take the electronics, hack these guys up again. Just make sure there's nothing that they've dropped that's tucked underneath them that we can't get to. No, fair enough. And this guy upstairs. So let's... It is odd to me that a lot of these guys are facing the wrong way. Oh, another cracked flashlight. Hell yeah. So we should be able to make a helmet lamp now. That is wonderful. And I do still have a free slot, which is brilliant because there is something else I want to get. Oh, that's right, we need to go up here. That's all glass. Donk. Grab the axle grease. That guy. Just see if we can scooch past. There's another soldier there. If we're lucky, he'll just wander into the laser because he's an idiot. But we got a collectible. Give me that choo-choo train replica. You know we love the choo-choo trains. So sneaky, sneaky. Knock his brains in. These guys can... Come on, let me up the ladder, please, game. These guys can shoot through the floor, but we can't really shoot up at him with any of the weapons we've got. So we just need to make sure he gets deaded. Right. And again, same principle. So we just healed up a little bit, because the healing salve is over time. If ever you're about halfway through your health, or like you know you're about to take a load of damage in a fight, just pop one. Consider it like health regen in games like League of Legends. If you've got it active during a fight, that is effectively more oof.
Though I struggle to accept the implications, the data gives me no choice. The train's momentum is tied inextricably to the atomic attractions of the region it appears to be passing through indefinitely. If it were to stop, the limit of the ensuing chaos is at best uncertain, at worst, immense. I'll be drafting up containment procedures in the morning.
Yeah, that's just another confirmation that if the train ever stops, everybody dies. Which is weird. Right, but there's nothing else we want here. It's a really nice table. I like the vintage furniture sets. There's nothing else that we want. There is an enemy up on top of here, so it's one of those crystal guys. I'm not going to bother with it. Our pockets are full. We're just going to go through the portal. And that has dropped us just out here. Awesome. So we could just ride the tram back down. I'm going to actually just head back round to the tram with the blacksmith. Because we've got some of the stuff that we want to trade with him there. I don't know if axle grease really has a huge amount of uses. If we do need it, we'll grab it again later. But I think the diodes and stuff do have a couple of extra uses. Nothing immediate, but we might as well just trade them. Do we need to head back to base? We do need to head back to base because we need to make some solder. You know what? We'll drop a little cut. We'll make the solder, and we will get the we'll get the section finished up. I think this episode that should work out quite nicely. And then it means in the off time, if I do decide I'm going to play about on the server, let's say the server, the world, I can just clear out manufacturing. Go and gather all the resources that we've left around in here. Oh. Come on. There we go. Way too early. Premature, I know. Alright, come on, mate. Let's trade. So, diodes for the axle grease, and we need solder for fiber optics. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm the goodest. So we'll schmoop our way back to base, and I'll bring us back when we're there and getting the solder ready. Okay, inventory is packed up, loot is stashed, and we are ready to do a little bit of mandatory cooking to introduce us to the cooking system in the game. So all cooking with soups will be a pot of water to start with. You can use anti-juice, but it's better to just drink it. Yum, 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 yum. So we've got our pots of water. Now all recipes, all viable soup recipes will be logged in your journal. You do need to hit level 3 in cooking to make general soups, but I don't believe you need to for this. Solder. So you can see here we've got all these theoretical soups. If you make something that isn't an actual recipe, the game just gives you a bad soup that makes you puke guts up. But this is our little introduction to it, and here you can see we've got solder, melted metal and silver, making a fusing alloy. So you can see we've got our pieces of metal and silver. So you go up to your boiling water and you press F to add 1 to your pot. That will make a killer soup, which would just do us a lot of damage if we ate it. So as long as we add the materials before it's finished cooking, it will update the recipe to the appropriate thing. For soups, does not matter what order you put them in, just make sure they are the correct ingredients. For this one we'll do silver and then metal, and again you can see that's going to make up some solder. Lovely stuff. So we'll let that cook up and we'll head back to the blacksmith once that's done. So these will take a minute, so I'm just going to mill about base for a moment while we wait. There we go, these are now done, so let's grab these off the hob. So we've got our 2 pots of solder soups you have to place down before you can access them. So we'll just pop those down and we will scoop out the solder, and then it just puts the pot back in our hands. We've got a little bit of radiator actually standing next to the fridge there, which wasn't ideal. But we'll store some solder at home. I've just made one of these crates as well, just because we are getting to that point now. We're starting to get a wide variety of things, and they are just going to get in our way. But there we go. So we've got some solder to trade. I've got iodine. Let's just pop one. There we go. So we've got a diode, a lens. We'll bring in some solder. We're going to head to the generic manufacturing.
Science destroys.
Your butt destroys. They'll be fine. Yeah, you can see our headlamp is still charging up, which is... Really love the crystalline vial. What is that? It's like one charge every like 5 seconds or something daft. So it's not game breaking, but it's enough that if you're managing your resources, it really does make them last a lot longer. So we'll get this done, we'll repair the synchrotron pumps, and then we will see where we are at. So to the blacksmith, we're going to trade for a fiber... Is it fiber optic relay? It is indeed. I'm going to grab a few of those, because, yeah, we can use them for the healing briefcase too.
Good.
Nice. Right, so, where are our repair points? The points should all be on the map. Sometimes they only appear as you get a little bit closer to them. So the first one is over here. See it there. Don't know why the waypoints aren't appearing. But we just want to plug our fiber optic relay into there. We don't need to do anything with the actual monitor. That has just fixed what we need to there. Second one is in the mines. So we'll toddle on through here. Oh, there we go. Now they're appearing again. I don't know why they weren't. And because we've got our headlamp, we can have a weapon out and actually have light, which is wonderful. You can sparkle and grind and make stupid noises all you want, sir. I'm going to beat you to death. So we've got the one that needs the lens here. Boop. So that's getting all powered on. There is a little secret area which we can maybe have an explore of next time. Maybe just do like a short episode on that one. But now we want to head back into Frake's area. So we're going to have a little dip in here. Those diggers would be far more imposing if they actually had people in them holding things shut, but they're just sort of there and parked up. It's a bit... Oh, it just looks a little bit pathetic. I'll just go with the conveyor belt. We can just walk up here. And there's the last one. Shove the diode in. Lovely stuff. So that's the synchrotron repaired. Frake has now left.
I'm just trying to help get us out of here.
Cheers, Dougie. Old mate Dougie! So now what we want to do is we come right back down. We'll just drop down the area where we just came up. And we can just follow these pipes because you can see the lasers are now flowing through them. We'll sneak our way down to the synchrotron. Loading technically back into Manufacturing West, I guess. There she is. Still not really sure what that machine does. We can have a little poke around down here. There's not really much happening here. So let's pop up on the old elevator. So Chaos Pests will follow us. There's a ornate crate there. So if you do find yourself an ornate key, that's always nice.
At this point, details are inconclusive. We've dispatched a research team to Indonesia to gather field data with a view to bringing in a trans-recon unit and possible gatekeeper support for capture, should it come to that.
Ooh. So they've had to go to Indonesia for a particular, like, entity. Well, there's plenty more manufacturing boxes. I'll come back down and grab these later. There's no point in me, like, just overloading myself right this second. There we go. There's usually a dude here. Bapped. In the Gnoggin. We can open these doors. This actually leads back to the forklift trails that we were taking at the very start of the level. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to come down here. Ooh, forgot about that ammunition. I'll take that all day long. And a bit more steel cable. It's reinforced hoses wind up being just like the currency of the gods. It's mad. So we can cut back through manufacturing this way. Yeah, and open this door. Which again leads over to the crossroads, so if we need to pass through here, we can do. We've opened all 3 of those doorways now. The soldiers don't really patrol, so it's not really a huge risk. It just means that we've got more routes that we can take, which is always nice. The elevator up. Yum, yum, yum. And we're back into the synchrotron control room. So if you remember, this is where we met Varsha Patel. When she opened up the doors and told us that the soldiers were shooting everyone. What up, Freak?
I have to admit, you surprised me. I
Damn
had to come
right.
and see this for myself. You gonna do the honors? I wouldn't say we have a lot of time. This is either going to work or it's not. I think it's time we find out.
No.
If you're not going to press that button, I will. I wouldn't say we have a lot of time.
I was kind of hoping she'd press the button.
It's going to work or it's not.
Okay.
I think it's time we find out.
Whoa.
Oh my god!
We may have done a little boo-boo. Oops.
There's your exit! Nothing a micro black hole couldn't take care of! Now you can get into labs. We'll follow soon. But I'm not leaving any of my team behind.
Good boss.
You could be useful. Try not to get yourself killed.
Oh, I'm gonna die several times.
This place is done for. I don't know why you're sticking around.
Right, but now if we head back down, we can now pass through there and gain access to the labs. So that is officially Manufacturing West completed. So again, like in the between episodes, I will route through manufacturing, gather up a lot of resources, and we'll maybe come back and do a little preliminary episode covering a couple of the secrets in there, because there are a couple of bits that we haven't looked at yet. But we will do that because I do enjoy that. So you can see we're now, I believe that's some sort of collider. A lot of blood everywhere. We're now underneath the Cascade Labs, which is cool. I really love the way the facility fits together. Like, a lot of these areas would just connect even if we weren't making the shortcuts and things that we are. It's just that things have been damaged and they're no longer accessible. Which continues down the loop.
All I can say, my science is out of control. This project is different. I feel more in control than I've ever been.
Are you sure about this, Abe?
Of course I'm sure, Janet.
What are you doing,
Remember
Abe?
the pocket dimension. I remember the pocket dimension.
This is completely different. We're fighting fire with fire. Mance never let me try this, but if I can just bootstrap the neural array, I should be able to... Aha! Oh no. Janet!
Oh my god, it's loose.
Run, Janet.
You absolute dinguses. But we can now have a look at the pest teleporter. So that's handy if we just want to spawn pests. Useful for converting wheat into meat, I guess, but beyond that, not really.
This is Dr. Mance. If you had asked me 5 years ago what our chances of using the perforation system as a stable travel network were, I would have assumed I was talking to an imbecile. Today, such a network seems within our grasp. The T3 unit, or the dark lens they're calling it, has proven exceptionally successful. There are few places on Earth we cannot access under stable conditions. And finally, we can create those stable conditions. In theory. I would say our ambitions have extended far beyond their origins. Far beyond.
Yeah, he never thought that the perforation technology would reach the levels it did. This is the moving box. This is someone from Flathill. So he's a little porcelain flesh nightmare. But he's a bit like Chester in Don't Starve, except you can't really control him. He just mills about. Actually, There's something I'm going to grab here that he can pick up for me so I don't have to get horribly irradiated. We've just popped into a containment room where something is missing.
Interesting.
So we are going to just quickly scooch through here, grab that. And we'll just add the LAAC added to our journal, and we'll have a little look at that horrible freaking thing in a second.
AV candidate encountered. Despite its appearance, it's a transcorporeal entity of some kind, invulnerable to any of the physical deterrents we've tested so far. Walls, doors, shielding. They do nothing to impede it. Intriguingly, it only appears to a single viewer at one time. Dr. Stern has that dubious honor. He identified it in the field and it followed him back here. Began materializing in the facility, looking for him like a lost puppy.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting to see her so soon. But that was the LAAC. So that's the thing they went to find in Indonesia. And it's horrid, and I hate it. And it's gross and weird. Quick check of the emails. Reminder. It's the third time this quarter I've found staff setting up containment incorrectly. Sure, you don't have to emphasize how dangerous this is. Make sure you are following the correct protocols for each and every subject. There is no room for mistakes. Sure you're familiar. Jura are unaccessible. Solutus are uncontainable. Taylor are extreme risk. Crucis are high risk. Thank are known and controlled. So I'm assuming that's like a sanctuary. Ordo benign. So nothing manageable. Probably going to kill you. Will kill you. Can't keep it contained. No idea what the hell that even is. You're so much as seeing these words on signs around you, you're in a place where knowing these by heart could save your life, not to mention the lives of those around you. Our safety, perhaps even the safety of the world, depends on your basic understanding of the system. Get it right, people. Hi, Petra. We haven't met yet, but I'm new on the IS-0091 project. I wanted to check something. I'm seeing 0091 right now. Should I be reporting it? Okay, just log in the daybook that you're its current target. That's all you need to do. Great, no, I'm never going to relax. There's nothing to worry about. It's contained, and it'll switch to someone else soon enough. While visiting Cascade last week, I was giving a tour of the primary containment chamber. Let me be very clear. Things like IS-0513 should not be stored at any of our facilities. I'll talk to Keystone if this doesn't change. I want it gone. I apologize for the discomfort caused by the presence of IS-0513, but as Gates Research Director, I remind you that we secure these things for the exact reason you're emailing me right now. We can't figure out what exact property is at play here, but you seem rather susceptible to its effects. In short, we all hate it, but we can't let that stop us doing our job. I understand what you're saying, Derek, but there's something very wrong with that thing. You can feel it. Frankly, I can still feel it. The effect should fade. Try to think about something else in the meantime. I forwarded you some of our trainee reference for breaking soft sea hazard links. It should fade quickly given you're all the way in New York City. And all that vitriol is over a table. That's a table that's really, really bad. Nobody likes that table. Fuck that table. But also for the time being, this is our shortcut back into manufacturing. So we will use that quickly. The Exors are back. Excuse you. So we'll take ourselves back to base, and I think we may leave it there, because we've made some significant progress. Manufacturing has now been cleared, so there's nothing else we need to do here bar some resource gathering. I may run the train a couple of times, gather up some more silver and things, but it's not the most vital perforation to go through, because a lot of the resources you can gather in other areas. So there's a future one where there's enemies that drop the silver. Leather becomes pretty accessible actually now. I suppose the peas and stuff are nice, and if you're really, really desperate for car chargers, and I mean the rebar and chains from the long boxes are nice, so it's still a handy one to do. It's just not one that you like, we're desperate to keep going through. My only concern is now that we've been picked by the Layak, is that she will repeatedly spawn in the facility and hunt us. She doesn't do anything directly, but she will be a bloody nuisance. Because if you walk too close to her, she gets very upsetty spaghetti. And will pull your insides out. So, no thank you. So we are now at the point in the game where going to the toilet is slightly more anxiety-inducing. Even I see you... You mine? Yeah, you're mine. I don't know why you keep heading into there. Let's turn the lamp off for a bit. Yeah, so I think while my character does a hot stinky poo, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I'm going to say a massive, massive thank you again for coming and watching. If you have enjoyed, please subscribe, drop a like down the bottom. And if you do want to catch our content, we do stream over on Twitch at Sartana, twitch.tv/Sartana. Thank you very much. If you've got any suggestions, anything that we've missed or anything you'd like to see, please let us know. Do know where the secrets are in the areas we've just come through, so we will probably cover them at the start of the next episode, just to be like, ooh, look at these things. But with that, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you, and I will see you next time. Bye.